ain't got no problem with him either. You know, I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, you know, and how he was.
He scared him. You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money.
In history of the sport, I didn't see nobody that can compete with Terence Crawford. And
he older, he got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
You know, I mean, these guys, I don't think know what they do anything. It's mostly talk.
Super middleweight champion of all time, David Benavidez.
This dude is. Dude can punch.
Where the hell is Terence "Bud" Crawford has reached another remarkable milestone, adding yet another historic achievement to his legendary career and further cementing his place among the greatest fighters of the modern boxing era.
Man, you did it. I'm so proud of you. You used all my tricks to beat Canelo, just like I showed you. You went in there and you got it done. Unbelievable, bro. All jokes aside, go, man. Congratulations, champ.
As boxing fans around the world celebrated Terence "Bud" Crawford as one of the greatest fighters of his generation, a massive new challenge suddenly emerged. The unexpected development sparked intense debate across the sport and quickly became one of boxing's hottest topics, prompting Crawford to break his silence with a firm and surprising response that caught many fans off guard.
After this fight, how long do you want to be in the sport? How long do you want to be actively fighting?
I don't know. You know,
it's not something you think about. You're just going fight by fight.
I always take one fight at a time. You know, one fight at a time. I feel great. I'm healthy, and like I said, I'm looking forward to having some.
A well-known figure in the boxing world has called for a blockbuster matchup that many fans believe would be an enormous risk, even for a legendary champion like Terence "Bud" Crawford. The bold challenge has sparked intense debate, with many questioning whether this is a fight that should happen or one that pushes the limits even for a fighter of Crawford's caliber.
Fighters getting the easiest fights just because they're getting the biggest paychecks. Like it don't. At the end of the day, it's not even about money. It's about giving the fans of boxing the fights that they deserve. They're paying the money at the end of the day, so fuck, let's go to war. Let's do what these people want to see us do, and let's go to war and make the best.
The biggest question now is why so many people are pushing for this fight and what it says about the powerful influences shaping today's boxing landscape. Crawford's bold decision to move up to 168 pounds was viewed as a huge gamble, but it turned into one of the greatest victories of his career. He stepped into the ring against Canelo Alvarez in a historic showdown that commentator John Onik described as the biggest live sporting event he had ever covered, and Crawford delivered a masterful performance that exceeded every expectation.
Those two fights, don't you think?
Yeah, I think in order to that he is one of the greatest men. I think that we would have to. I think we have to beat one of those guys. You know, and the only person that he hasn't fought is Benavidez. And I don't know. Bud said he wouldn't fight him, but I don't think that's true. I think that if that fight happens, I think Bud would also entertain that, and if he does entertain it, it seemed like the way that he beat
the boxing world watched in amazement as Terence "Bud" Crawford outclassed one of the sport's biggest legends, earning a convincing unanimous decision victory. What impressed fans and experts even more than the result was the way he achieved it. Analysts pointed out that Canelo Alvarez relied too heavily on landing one powerful shot at a time, making his offense easier to anticipate. Crawford recognized those patterns from the opening rounds and used his elite ring IQ, perfect timing, sharp footwork, and accurate counterpunching to control the fight from start to finish.
He got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
And B-side, when you ask me, you said, how would you beat him, Lonnie B? What I tell you?
The same thing. You'll keep the jab on him, keep sticking the jab, moving and touching him with the right hand, and just turning him on
and throwing punches. That's how I just throw punches at it.
Yeah.
And that's at level to the body, because that's open for him all night.
You said he ain't got the movement no more. You said he ain't.
Former UFC champion Kamaru Usman also shared his thoughts on the fight, saying the relentless version of Canelo Alvarez that fans had seen for years never truly showed up. In his opinion, the Mexican superstar seemed to be missing the confidence and psychological edge that once made him one of boxing's most intimidating champions. Crawford's dominant performance didn't just earn him another huge victory, it also secured a place in history, making him the first male boxer ever to become the undisputed world champion in 3 different weight classes, further strengthening his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of all time.
my fans here that support me. I want to thank. This is bigger than the norm, you know, because I want to thank my urban community. I want to thank my Latin community. I want to thank my white community. And I want to thank my Asian community, my African community. I want to thank everybody because today you see us all as one, you know, and a lot of people always say, how you get the Mexicans to side with you? I said, hey, my people too. I said, so it don't matter if I'm fighting Canelo.
Just as the boxing world was celebrating Terence "Bud" Crawford's historic achievement, an unexpected voice shifted the conversation in a completely different direction. That voice belonged to Turki Alashik, one of the most influential figures in modern boxing, whose financial backing has helped make many of the sport's biggest events a reality. When Turki speaks about potential fights, his words carry enormous weight. His ideas often go far beyond simple opinions, with the power to shape future matchups and influence the direction of boxing's biggest stars.
No, he's not beaten Crawford.
Okay.
I think he can. Look, can he improve? Maybe.
Okay, so wait. If he's not beating Crawford, which is fair, right? I agree. Based on what we saw, I do think he can make improvements, but who knows? Is there someone else better out there than that you'd rather see Crawford fight than Canelo?
Well, Turki did ask, could Bivol get down to 168?
I asked. Turki said, can Benavidez?
I thought he said Bivol.
No,
as well.
I said Bivol.
Oh.
Turki said Benavidez.
Well, certainly not. Certainly not Benavidez. I don't think he's beaten Benavidez. I think that's a bridge way too far. I think a lot of things too far. But could you just imagine if Bivol cut the skill we'd see in that fight?
Yeah.
The rounds between Canelo and Crawford went by like that. They'd be the same.
Shortly after Terence "Bud" Crawford's historic victory, Turki Alashik introduced what he believed should be the champion's next major test. He suggested that Crawford defend his position against David Benavidez, a matchup that immediately grabbed the attention of boxing fans around the world. The proposal quickly sparked heated debate, with many viewing it as one of the biggest and most dangerous fights that could be made in the sport.
Out here, Kamaru, Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was a mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why he was up because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence.
The proposed matchup instantly became one of the biggest talking points in boxing. What initially sounded like a simple idea quickly turned into a heated debate across the sport, generating strong reactions from fans, analysts, and fighters alike. The discussion became even more intense after Terence "Bud" Crawford responded, making it clear that he had his own thoughts about the potential showdown.
A fight with David Benavidez.
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't,
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. His brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah.
You just size him up, especially when you're going into a bigger.
Terence "Bud" Crawford quickly addressed the speculation and made his position unmistakably clear. He explained that he has no plans to face David Benavidez, believing the Mexican star would hold too much of a physical size advantage. Crawford pointed out that his fight with Canelo Alvarez was a completely different situation because, despite competing in different weight classes, he and Canelo have similar natural frames. In contrast, Crawford noted that Benavidez stands well over 6 feet tall and could enter the ring weighing somewhere between 190 and 200 pounds after rehydrating. making the challenge far more difficult than anything he has faced before.
Having to move from the super middleweight to the light heavyweight division to, you know, to get some of the matches that he wants. But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
right, not now. It's at 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, you know, say, all right, you know, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he could fight his ass off. You know, and I told him that a long time. I told him that when, you know what I mean, before I fought his brother. And I said, man, dude, you can fight, dude. You're going to do big things. But the dude going to come in at like 200, 210. You know what I mean? I get why Canelo, you know, was like, I don't need to fight this dude because, you know, he can take a punch. He's going to come in there and going to just lay on you and bulldoze you, you know.
Right.
And Canelo just don't want that, you know what I mean, work. But me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I could be anybody.
Crawford made his position even clearer with a memorable comment that caught the attention of the entire boxing world. He joked that agreeing to fight David Benavidez would almost be like moving all the way up to the heavyweight division because of the massive size difference. His statement highlighted just how significant he believes Benavidez's physical advantage would be in a potential showdown.
Crawford's very he has a big ego, especially when it comes to anything he does, bro. He has a big ego. And I said this yesterday. I won't be surprised if he dominates Canelo and then they offer him Benavidez and he says, oh.
David Benavidez is a natural light heavyweight and is currently competing at 175 pounds, where he holds a world title. His size, strength, and physical frame have made him one of the most dangerous fighters in the division, which is why many believe he presents a completely different challenge from the opponent's Terence "Bud" Crawford has faced throughout his career.
I mean, Benavidez is also the one guy that nobody's willing to fight. And if nobody's willing to fight him, that makes his value go up. And so the thing is that if you get the right guy that is willing to pay for that, and I mean I don't see him saying that, okay, well, we can't afford to fight this guy. So I mean, that fight can happen if it's a fight that I think Bud want to entertain.
And what if you're Canelo? I think the only thing you could possibly want is that rematch to get that.
I think he should fight. Terence Crawford want to be great. He should fight David Benavidez. Remember Floyd saying that? Why I think Crawford didn't pay that no mind?
Why?
That's right. You know why? He like, listen, man. Nah, I'm gonna be strategic about this. And it is business-wise, it's smart. Terence Crawford is on the Mount Rushmore of boxing, but we got weight classes for a reason. He caught Canelo at the right time, like Canelo's done, guys. And I'm not saying that his win is not valid. It's very valid, and that's what he was supposed to do. And he outboxed Canelo, and I can't take nothing away from his win. But was that the same Canelo that Floyd fought? Was that the same Canelo that Amir Khan fought? You know, so Terence Crawford gonna be strategic at this weight. He ain't just gonna come here and I bet you he don't fight at this weight again. I bet you he don't fight.
Garcia described the potential matchup as an extremely dangerous risk for Terence "Bud" Crawford. He explained that Crawford's move to a higher weight class was primarily made to secure the blockbuster fight with Canelo Alvarez, not to face naturally bigger light heavyweights. Many people share the opinion that Crawford has already accomplished enough and should not be expected to take on opponents who have spent their careers competing in larger weight divisions.
You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? So he sees a lot of things in me that he can't stop. You know, not only does he see speed, does he see power, but he sees a lot of heart in me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm going in there and I want to prove myself to the world that I'm the greatest fighter. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't scare me to get in there with another great fighter because I know that elevates me and who I am.
That hard-fought battle for independence proved to be a defining moment in Terence "Bud" Crawford's career. It showed that he has never been afraid to stand against boxing's biggest obstacles in order to build his own legacy on his own terms. Now, as another major challenge begins to take shape, Crawford once again finds himself at the center of a decision that could further define his place in boxing history.
See, this is why I gotta let y'all know, because they're gonna say I'm glazing, but I'm telling the truth.
Dig it.
This dude power for me, and I've been saying this for years, it carries through the weight class. So I can see him in the ring with a 175 or a cruiserweight, and if he touched them, I don't care who you are, you're gonna feel that shit, bro. I don't care who the fuck it is. I done seen him in the ring with a heavyweight.
And you fight Benavidez?
I like Benavidez, so I ain't gonna disrespect him.
I just want to see him fight.
I'm gonna say my opinion.
I just want to see him fight. That's
My opinion.
Absolutely.
At 168, if Benavidez come down there, I don't think he beats Bud.
Okay, I dig.
That's my opinion. People want to say I'm crazy, but
the skill is. I mean, the skill is. The skill is there. No,
it's just usually because someone's a little bit bigger, right?
Yes, and they think like, okay, you got to be able to take certain punishment that the other guy's putting on you. But I watched Bud when he fought Canelo. And then I watched Benavidez when he fought Caleb Plant. And when I seen it was like Caleb Plant was outboxing him. So if Caleb Plant didn't gas out, Caleb Plant might have beat him that night. But Bud, he don't tire.
You're not gonna gas
he come in tremendous condition. And for me, I just think Bud is a legend. So they might say I'm crazy, but people might say they're not gonna make that fight happen. But I don't think it's far-fetched.
Like that's the big
got to lose.
He been fighting that one. He's fighting him at 68, I think. He can get the
68 will be
he a big dude.
Ideal because he came from 68.
Big dude.
Oh, he came from. Oh, so he went up. Now he has to come back down.
Yeah, he would have to come back down.
That'd be
a difference too.
That's a fight. Like that's a fight.
Because Benavidez the truth too.
Hey,
he the truth.
Punches and bunches with bad intentions.
Yes, he the truth.
Hey, remember? Hey, go watch. Go look. Hey, dog.
He the truth. He a killer.
Shane is our resident fighter.
Whole killer.
Yeah, he watches. He knows.
He's the man we go to.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia put it simply warning.
Boy, Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. But it is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take.
He's living shit out of Terence Crawford. If David Benavidez come out of 68, he'll fuck him up. I got Terence Crawford.
That's not
I ain't betting against Terence Crawford no more. I mean, I ain't never bet against him.
Well, listen to me.
I bet $10.
You see what I'm saying? Because he outboxed over the hill Canelo. People see how people think, he'll crush. No, he dope. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not dope, but what I'm saying is, but you see how boxing can trick your mind. Listen, David Benavidez will beat the socks off of Terence Crawford. I'm sorry, he don't stand a chance. He's too little. How you gonna keep him off? And David uses a jab. I sparred with David. Listen, that's a tough fight.
Yeah, it's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight. Listen,
it's a tough fight, but
listen, Terence Crawford.
That little black nigga from Omaha.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Motherfucker from Omaha.
Canelo? Turki people are talking about it. Turki hinted at that. He was like Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turki,
did.
So.
Turki just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
no, they ain't doing that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. We just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
It's gonna be a tough fight. You can say whatever you want to say. Terence Crawford is one of the best in the division.
Because all the fans want to know this: can you still make 168?
To be honest with you, man, let Terence Crawford live. That's his weight class.
Okay.
I lost interest in 168 a long time ago. You know, I mean, I know that we could get offered a lot of money to go down to 168, but I'm more comfortable at 175. I'm chasing better beef. I'm chasing Bivol. You know, I'm chasing these other bigger. I'm chasing Zurdo Ramirez at cruiserweight. You know what I mean? So I've been at 168, but I have no interest in going down.
Dude's a maniac. Who's chasing? Who chases better beef than Bivol? Who chases better?
There are growing claims that influential figures such as Turki Alashik could be using their financial power to shape Terence "Bud" Crawford's next move, making the situation even more controversial. To understand why this debate has become so intense, it's important to look at the history behind it. Over the years, Canelo Alvarez has faced elite opponents including Floyd Mayweather Jr., Erislandy Lara, and Dimitri Bivol, yet a long-awaited fight with David Benavidez never came together despite years of fan demand. Benavidez repeatedly insisted he was the biggest threat at 168 pounds before eventually moving up to 175 pounds to continue his career. Although he once said he had no plans to return to super middleweight because he was now a champion at light heavyweight, Jose Benavidez Sr. later revealed that their team would be willing to drop back to 168 pounds if Turki Alashik wanted to make a fight with Crawford happen, adding even more speculation about the influence of massive financial offers. At the same time, Crawford is entering the later stage of his legendary career, making every decision more important than ever. Many believe a victory over Benavidez would become one of the defining wins of his legacy, with respected analyst Breadman Edwards saying it could elevate Crawford into boxing's most exclusive group of all-time greats alongside icons like Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson. Still, Crawford has several other major options, including a blockbuster showdown with Jaron Boots Ennis that fans have demanded for years, while lingering tension with Jermall Charlo continues after Crawford called him out following his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr. Despite all the rumors and potential matchups, people close to Crawford, including Shakur Stevenson, believe he has already achieved enough to retire as one of the greatest fighters of his generation with nothing left to prove.
Shit. I don't want to hear Benavidez, Ortiz on Boots. I don't want to hear shit because, listen, bruh, he beat the face of boxing. He cemented the fact this was Terence "Bud" Crawford era. No rehydration clause, no catch weight. He said, I am going to beat you on Mexican Independence Day in the biggest stadium. I'm going to walk out to a mariachi band holding a guitar. Brother, guy, hey, bro, that's belt to ass. He was the buckle, everything, bro. After this, everything goes downhill from here. Nothing competes against it. And the thing is, he's only going to get older. What he's going to do, go down and cut muscle like Roy did? His mission was Nello. That's it. There's no Janabek, no Fundora, no Benavidez, none of that shit.
Now imagine the two possible roads ahead for Terence "Bud" Crawford. On one path, the 38-year-old champion accepts the ultimate challenge by stepping into the ring against David Benavidez, a naturally much bigger fighter who could weigh close to 200 pounds on fight night. Would that become the greatest victory of his career or the biggest risk he has ever taken? On the other path, Crawford settles unfinished business with Jermall Charlo in a fight built on years of tension and rivalry. Which matchup would fans rather see, the legacy-defining showdown against Benavidez or the personal battle with Charlo? Crawford now finds himself at a defining moment where his incredible legacy, the pressure of the boxing world, and the reality of time are all colliding. He can chase one final historic challenge against Benavidez, finally face Charlo, test himself against a rising star like Jaron Boots Ennis, or walk away knowing he has already secured his place among boxing's all-time greats. The biggest question is no longer simply who Crawford fights next. It's the same question every legendary champion eventually faces. What comes after you've climbed every mountain and the only opponent left is time itself? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for more boxing news, highlights, and exclusive updates. :